Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, the end of our trading week, July 24th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand in the Asia session with bright blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches. Absolutely gorgeous outside. Looks like it's going to be a burner though. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one because I started early in the morning and it's pretty warm. Pretty warm. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit us at our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. It's a great site. It's got a nice economic calendar, a lot of trading, a lot of training, a lot of opportunities, some different things to do. Check it out. It's a great site to be. And you can also watch all my videos if you go to YouTube and just put FXCL Markets, and you can see all my past videos and present videos. So that's about that. We have a little bit to talk about today. It's a Friday. We always want to get started early and end early so we can start our weekend. However, I need to trade New York, so my day's not going to be over till after 11 o'clock tonight. So I have a long day ahead of me. So let's move on. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, remember today is Friday, so after the New York close, at some point, we will have the Friday wrap-up where we review about 15 daily charts. And we just are basically looking at price action and what we can expect for the week ahead. Traders, I do trade every trading day. I do look at charts. I'm looking and listening to fundamentals. I use a news feed that I pay a good amount of money for every month that talks, and so I don't have to read everything. And I always know when something big's happening because the guy's voice goes up about 10 decibels. So then I know how to look at the screen. I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities that are on my side to be successful in my trading. And traders, I do lose trades. Anybody tells you they don't lose trades, man, just run away. You're going to lose trades. It's so important that you understand that, and you can't beat yourself up when you lose a trade. It just happens. It's just part of trading. I don't care what instrument you're trading, futures, options, stocks, Forex, pork belly pigs, any of that, you're going to lose trades. It's the business, you know. It's just part of the business. We lose trades. But we want to lose a small amount. We don't want to lose a lot. All right, let's get to the legal stuff. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head on over to news and commentary. And I think today we'll start off with, if I can get this up, there we go. Let's take a look at how the indices closed. It looks like a lot of red on the New York session. The US 30 closed negative 0.67%. The S&P 500 was negative 0.57%. The NZDUSD was negative 0.49%. Oh, the small cap 2000 was negative 1.11%. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. As I do trade another instrument also in the New York session, that does not help my trade out, I don't think. Going over to the Eurozone, the DAX out of Frankfurt closed barely in the negatives at 0.07%. The FTSE's in the red at 0.18%. The CAC 40 out of Paris is in the green, barely at 0.08%. The Eurostoxx 50 is barely in the red at 0.03%. So that's what's going on over there. And let us swing over to Asia. Remember, these countries are currently trading as these markets are currently open. The Nikkei 225 is currently negative at 0.50%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.19%. The Shanghai is barely negative at 0.07%. And the Hang Seng is negative 1.19%. And ending with the Kospi out of Seoul is negative 1.12%. Quite a lot of red today on the indices. Quite a lot of red, I have to say. So, saying that, let me just get this back here. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at the economic calendar. We've had some news already come out. We had New Zealand news came out. We had trade balance was bad data. They were expecting 100 million. It came out at negative 60. So that wasn't good news for them. We also had some high impact news out of China today. Market flash manufacturing PMI came out negative at 48.2%. I think they said this was like an 18-month low. So they're not doing too well on that aspect of data. Looking further into our Euro session, right at the London Open, we have French flash manufacturing PMI, and they have that as high impact. Don't understand that, but that's okay. And they also have German flash manufacturing PMI, also high impact. As far as New York goes, there is nothing. This has been a very light trading week. I think there was, maybe 7 or 8, probably 7 issues of high impact news data. Very, very light trading week, I would have to say. Commentary is just a reminder, traders, remember, it is Friday. What happens on Friday? We get profit taking, position squaring, people getting out of their trades, people entering into trades. I don't see anything that's happening over the weekend. So we have a pretty clear go. So if you wanted to hold a trade over the weekend, I don't see anything on the calendar for Saturday or Sunday. I hate to bring this up, but I have to, and that is the Greece situation. This, to me, sounds like this is not done yet. I was reading in the paper today. I'm a very big person with newspapers. If you're interested in reading newspapers, there's a great site. It's called The Drudge, DRUGE.com, and it has like every newspaper in the world on that website, and it's free. So anything you want to look at, you can look at on thedrudge.com for news articles and stuff. But I was reading the Bangkok Post, because I'm in Thailand, and this Greece thing just seems like, they're saying, the person who wrote the article is saying, like, this can go on for another 3 months. And then they move to the side where, well, this might go on for another 2 years. Like, what happens in 2 years from now? I got to tell you, I don't think we're seeing the end of this Greece situation. And, their banks are open, but you can still only withdraw €60 a day. Pensioners aren't getting their full pensions. It's just really wild, absolutely wild that this is still going on. And, they haven't come to a resolution of this and put this to bed. I am glad to see that they did pay the IMF. They did pay the ECB last week, or this week, I think it was Tuesday. They had to pay it by Monday. And they did make their payments, which is a good thing. So the creditors are happier, right? So we'll see what happens. But unfortunately, when one of them get on the microphone, as we call them, wobbleheads, they ruin our trades. I mean, they move markets where we don't want them to go. And then what happens is the market corrects itself after the news comes out, 2 hours later, and we finally end up where it is. Yeah, that commentary was a little long today. Sorry, I got on my bandwagon about Greece, but it is what it is. So we're going to take a look at some 30-minute charts. And I'm already 9 minutes into this video, way over time. But we're going to take a look at some 30-minute charts. That means every candle on the chart is 30 minutes in duration. So, as usual, let's get started with the euro-dollar. So, the euro-dollar, these charts were taken less than 30 minutes ago, these screenshots. So, these are fresh charts. And remember, we are in the Asia session at the moment. All the data in the Asia session is over, so we're basically in an inactive zone until London. And I like to look at London about 90 minutes before the open. So what do we have here? Well, what we have here is if I can be nice. A pair that's been at this resistance level, remember this is only a 30-minute chart, for like 2 days now, maybe even 3. I didn't count the candles, but there's a lot of candles there. And I'm not getting no price action. That big red candle was an announcement from Greece 2 days ago. I guess that was Monday's, really. No, that's not that many candles. I think that was 2 days ago. And, you know, the markets went up, then they came back down, then you see the big blue candle, and, you know, it's just all over the place. The euro did have some data this week also. But my point is, if you look left of the chart, it's ugly. We have a lot of Forex junk sitting there, and we want to sell this. So we want this, we want to buy this. I can't believe I'm saying I want to buy the euro. But in this situation, this is bullish, right? This is bullish, so I want to buy this. And if you look at the 200 exponential moving average, it's to the upside. I think that's the first time I said to buy the euro probably in 2 years. But to me, this looks bullish and just looks like just wants to continue to the upside. And we'll take it to the daily R1. So what happens if it doesn't go bullish? Well, that doesn't mean we don't trade it. We can still trade this. Just get below the daily pivot point, get a retest, and sell it. And, you know, sell it to the 200 exponential moving average. So, you know, there's really 2 trade plans here. But first, it's got to break out of this range, this nasty range that it's in. And that's the main problem, is that it's in this range. And, you know, I can sit here and analyze and do trade plans and all that stuff. You know, it sounds good in theory, but the market's going to do what the market's going to do. We have to be patient, and then we have to wait for this to make a move. And we'll just see how it works. We'll see what happens. But this chart in particular right now is bullish. So we're going to just see what happens. I'll be honest with you, I hope it drops like a rock, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. I'm prepared to take it in either direction. But it's got to prove to me, and that's going to take hours before we see that happen. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the pound dollar. Pound dollar, great trade yesterday. Last 2 days, we've had 2 great bearish trades on pound dollar. Both trade plans worked like to the pip. This one's a little bit tougher, though, because I'm looking for this pullback to give us a decent pullback all the way up to the 50% level at 1.5565, and then to sell off. Now, it's a possibility that you're going to get this at the 38.2, and that's okay. That's at 55.47, and you can, you know, that's okay to take it from there, because you got plenty, you know, you still got 35 pip trade down to where I'm taking profit at 55.16. So you have plenty of pips to make some, you know, to make you 25 or 30 pips. That's all I look for, is 25 or 30 pips. I'm out of there. So, you know, this trade plan can work, but I'd really like to see this pull back to the 50. Why? Well, one, if you look left of the chart, that's the only Forex jump we have. And then we have a clear trip all the way down. There's nothing left of the chart. Also, we have the daily pivot point there, which is a great resistance, right? That just enforces our resistance level. So we can take this to the downside. If you're good at counter trend trading, you know what? You can take this up. Look at left of the chart. There's nothing there. So you might want to buy this up to our sell trade. But you have to have some experience in counter trend trading. If you don't, use a demo account and try it that way. All right, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, again, last 2 days has been absolutely great. Both trade plans have worked. Not a lot of pips. I mean, they weren't big pip movers. These are like 24, and I think the day before was like 32 pips. Not big pips, small moves, but they're working. But they're working in New York. A lot of these trades on the Aussie are working late in our day, in our trading day. So just be aware that there's not a lot going on in Asia because there's been no data, right? Remember, data moves the markets. We need data. We need wobbleheads to get in front of microphones and make stupid comments or good comments, either one. And because that's what moves our market. So that's what we have to watch for. And again, we need to, you know, look at market sentiment. and the market sentiment is dollar is very strong and continues to be strong. It weakened this week, and I just think that's a correction move. And next week, I think it's going to go back to be strong again. You know, I don't see anything else but dollar strength. Here's our Euro Aussie. Again, yesterday's trade plan worked perfectly, and we're just continuing it. I just want to see it pull back down to the daily pivot point at 48.81. We're going to take profit at 49.46. Very easy trade plan. Pull back, and let's go up. I'm not buying here, folks. You never buy into resistance, right? Never buy into resistance. You need that pullback, right? If it goes through it and doesn't give me a retest, it can go 100 pips. It's going without me. Do not chase price. We've all done it, but it will spank you. So, you know, trade properly. Whatever system you're using, whether you're using Ikimoku, Elliott Wave, you know, whatever system you're using, harmonics, whatever system you're using, go by the rules. Don't try to sneak anything because it will get you. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen, another pair that is in this nasty sideways range. Actually, the trade worked yesterday barely. The problem was it never hit our entry. It never pulled back far enough for our entry. So really, there was no trade there because we were too close. It was a very small trade. It was only like a 30 pip trade, 25 pip trade, and it never pulled back to that area. So I would, you know, I would have taken the trade, but it did hit our take profit area, and now again we're back in this nasty range, and like, you know, it's got to pop here, and it's a possibility it might happen today. It's Friday. Last pair of the day is New Zealand dollar. This has been a wonderful pair to the bearish side. We had a couple of up days, as you can see, but pretty much it's been a bearish pair. It remains bearish. Look at the daily chart. It is so bearish. It's like almost a straight line to the downside. We're at resistance. We're at the daily pivot, so we're at resistance, and I just want to sell it. So I'm not going to sell into the 200 exponential moving average, even though I think it will break through it. And I was tried 4 times and didn't break through it, but I think it will break through it once we get some volatility in the market. And this will continue the downside, so I want to sell this at 0.6599, and let's take it down to the daily S1 pivot at 0.6550, or, you know, 65, 60, 65, somewhere in that area. I never wait for it to get all the way down exactly to that point because you know there's a lot of pending orders here for it to go back in the other direction. So I'm all about going up 10 or 15 pips, and that's okay. As long as I get my 20 to 25, 30 pips, I'm happy. All right. That ends our 6 currency pairs on a Friday. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and of course our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining us this week. It's been a fun week. We've had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to next week. Remember, today's Friday, and we have the Friday wrap-up after the New York close, where we review about 15 daily charts. Until then, traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Bye-bye.